Just Scott, congrats on the movie. John Wick 4 is so much fun. And I'm a fan of your work, so I knew you were in this movie and I loved the film. And then I left the theaters. I was like, where was Scott? And then I looked up who your character was, and I was like, oh my God, how wild is it to be, a major part of this movie, but you don't look like yourself?
Well, initially that was like, oh damn, I'm going to get to be in John Wick 4 and they're not going to know it's me. So I had that little sting at the beginning, but no, I enjoyed being able to create a character, and it's a showy part. A lot of people responded well to the part, and it couldn't have gone better for me. I enjoyed it. And look, I get to show that I can act. I'm not just about all the kicking and the punching. I'm more than that. I can play Zikula Hakan.
And I love, like, to your point, we get some great character work from you in this movie. The whole scene where you're playing cards is fantastic. How great was it that you were there for more than just a fight scene?
Yeah, that was the biggest appeal, because obviously I've done all that. I've made a lot of action films. I'm well known for martial arts movies and everything. And this was a great opportunity to really show what I can do, and create a character. And I think Chad saw in me that I've done character work in the past, and that I am able to disappear into a role. And that's what he wanted. And so, yeah, it was a good opportunity.
Tell me a bit about the prosthetics for this because it's just a total transformation. How was it like getting all that on you?
Took about 3.5 hours every day. The makeup team were great because they were big fans of Hong Kong movies, so we would watch Hong Kong movies while they were doing that, and they were a lot of fun. Lou and Dave, um, and so yeah, I would just get ready, get made up, and I would have a bucket with a load of ice water in, and I would have this pipe that would come out of the back of the suit, and I'd stick it into the ice bucket, and it would feed all this ice water around me, cooling suit. So that helped, because overheating was the biggest issue, to be honest, especially when you started running around doing the action. You get really hot in there.
Yeah, I was curious about like the technical like limitations there because you show incredible movement and range despite having all this on. So how was it kind of doing the normal type of choreography, but with so much on you?
Well, I've worn the bat suit, and I can tell you that the killer suit is much more easy to fight in than the bat suit. So it wasn't that bad actually. It was flexible. You could move.
Yeah, and the fight itself is just fantastic. There's a great mix of action, there's some humor thrown in, and that series is just known for such amazing fights. And to have yours be, one of the highlights, well, what did that mean for you to get such a positive reception from fans? Because everybody kind of just loved that fight, and we're talking about that after the movie ended.
Yeah, well, yeah, I thought the fight would be longer, to be honest. But he's fight. The whole sequence is really cool and stylized. The way it goes down to the bottom of the club, and all the water's coming down, and the dancers, and the music is amazing, isn't it? The music, the cinematography in that moment with the fans and the shadows going through the rain, and then there's these walls of water. Um, it was really interesting, and just a really stylized action sequence, and it was great to be part of.
Yeah, the nightclub atmosphere is just such a cool place to have the fights because like you two are duking it out and everybody's like, well, we're still gonna party. So how wild is it to see, look to your left, people are dancing while you're having this like life or death fight going on.
The wildest part was because to keep the dancers safe in these action sequences, if I was off, or if somebody came too close to me and I threw a spinning kick, I'd kick somebody in the face, right? So they populate the dancers and the extras, the supporting artists, with real stuntmen. So you've got these stunt performers there with these like glitzy clothes on, trying to dance, and they were terrible dancers. And so that was pretty amusing, to be honest.
That's awesome. And you know, Chad and Keanu, they're just so experienced at this point. How is that like kind of working out this scene when you're going up against, an actor as well versed as Keanu, and then Chad just knows action in and out. How much easier does it make it?
Yeah, I mean, it's never easy doing action. If you're doing action right, it's normally difficult, but you get through it quicker. You don't have to do a load of takes because Keanu's that good that he'll get it done like, one take, two take, three take, done, got it. Because everyone knows what they're doing. They're on point. They know how to fight for the camera. It makes it difficult when you're fighting with someone who's not very good or doesn't understand how to fight for camera. You have to do so many more takes, and that is what takes its toll. You only see the one take. You don't see how many takes it took to get that take. And if you're doing 20, 30, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, for sure. And the last time we spoke, you talked about Keanu being up there with the likes of Jackie Chan as one of our greatest action stars. What impressed you the most about just how he approaches his scenes in these movies?
He loves the action genre. He is a very hard-working guy. He does as much as he can himself. He's the first to say he doesn't do his own stunts, but he does his own action. He does as much of it as he can because he wants the audience to, see the character John Wick doing as much as he can on his own. So he puts a lot of hard work and effort into it, and I really appreciate him for that.
And after the film came out, you released this great video of you dancing in character that went viral. How fun was it getting to see everybody's reaction to, showing off your comedy side, which, you've shown in like the Hitman's Holiday, Accident Man, and stuff like that. So how fun was that?
Got a few more videos like that. Don't know if I should keep pumping them out there though. But yeah, look, I've always had a good sense of humour. Um, I took a bit of creative control of a lot of my projects in recent times, and that humour comes through in those. I think I couldn't help but put humour into this guy. I mean, you're walking around looking like that. It's a lot of fun. Got to enjoy it, and I'm glad that Chad, the director, let me put some humour into it as well. It certainly comes across.
And you started in Day Shift, which also had some amazing action scenes. That was done by J.J. Perry, who also has a history with the John Wick movies. And, that movie was wild. It had vampires and was so over the top. But how would you compare, like J.J.'s direction and how he approaches fights to Chad?
They're from the same team, and they're good friends. So it's all the similar sort of stuff, I mean, JJ, I mean, he didn't have a lot of time on that film, to be honest. There wasn't a lot of shooting days, so it was fast. We're moving fast, fast, fast. And it was amazing. The amount of setups that he was able to get in one day was incredible. But so yeah, that was a blast. But they're stunt guys. They've been doing this stuff. They've been previs and action scenes for films and giving them the previs for donkey's years. And always, a lot of the time, the action would be shot or edited the wrong way. And now they get to do it themselves. They get to put it on the screen the way it's supposed to be done. I mean, forever I was seeing the previses of the action sequences for films, and the previs was always better than what was in the end result. But now with these guys, that's not the case. The end result is as good as the previs because they're the guys that get final say.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this movie also reunites you with Donnie Yen, and you two had some awesome fights in Ip Man 4. Can you speak to him just as a martial artist and actor? Because his character in this is so fun being blind, and he's still so many scenes. So what impresses you the most about Donnie and how he approaches these scenes?
He's just one of the best to ever do it. You know, he's been doing it since the 80s. He's an incredible martial artist on a level that you can't even comprehend. He's brilliant. And then he's an accomplished action director himself. He's an accomplished director. He understands cinema completely. So you're dealing with a guy who's at the top of his game. And so for me, it's just like, you know, respect, sir, please, you know, I'm all ears. I want to find out more about his way of thinking and how he shoots action and just, yeah, he's amazing.